Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to see what is group dynamics. And this is one of the most important thing or else concept which everybody wants to know. And what is group and what is team? What is the difference between team and group? Is a team and group are similar? Today we want to clarify about what are the different forms of teams or types of teams and how these teams are formed. What are the different stages of teams? So because we usually form teams and groups at different situations. So today we are going to know what is the basic difference whether we are forming a group or we are forming a team. So let us go together with an opening case study of a school. So here the students at Glens Forest Secondary School in Ontario took part in 9th annual Canada First Robotics Games in spring 2002. They had 8 weeks to design and build a remotely operated robot that would compete with other robots built by secondary school teams. Here we have used the word teams across the country. Here the case study is opened with a team of students formed and they have participated in a robotic games meet. So they have participated in the first robotic games in spring 2002, and they have to compete with across the country. The teams have to compete with across the country in the design of robotics. Now let us see whether they have formed a team or group. So the students wanted to do a better job than they had in 2001. So previously in the 1 year before they have already participated in the same I can say presentation of robotics where they have also participated. Now in the second year they want to make more efficient participation in the design of robotics. So the students wanted to do better job than they have in 2001. So now it is 2002. This is the second time they are going to participate in the same session of conference of designing robotics. The team previous moved well. In previously they have also prepared a robo. It moved well, but it could not meet the challenge of firing the balls plates. So here where they have lagged in the previous conference, where they have lagged in firing in meeting the challenge of firing balls at the plates. They have designed a robot which has done well, but they didn't meet the challenge which is given by the conference people. So the scientific conference which is made by at Ontario. So the students suspected that to improve their entry they needed a better team. Throughout the, if you can see throughout the case study, they are saying the team, they formed a team, they want to improve the team performance and more coaching needed from the adults. Although they knew little about the teamwork, they had support and encouragement from the teachers, engineer, mentors, and sponsors, corporate sponsors. What factors? Now, what are the questions that we are going to crack in this session is what factors could help the students have to perform better and built a better robot than the previous attempt. In the previous attempt in the 2001, they made an attempt where they are unable to meet the challenge of firing the balls. The robot has to fire the balls. They didn't meet that. Now they want to attempt and perform in a effective way. So what are the things, what are the constraints that they have to consider to improve their performance as a team? For teams to excel, a number of conditions has to be met. So let us see what are the conditions that they have to meet in the coming sessions. Effective teams need wise leadership. What is the first condition? They need wise leadership. They need a leadership. So the effective teams need a wise leadership and a variety of resources. They need resources, good resources, adequate resources are needed, and the way to resolve the problems. So for solving the problems, they need good abilities, competencies, and intelligence and efficiency, or else I can say expertise in the subject. So the team members need to be dedicated and need to build. Next one is dedication. So second one, third, and fourth. They need to be dedicated and need to build trust between each other. So these are the different things that are needed. These elements, I can say, components or elements that are need to be improved in the between the team to crack the challenge, or is to crack the scientific conference of robotics. In this session, we examine why teams have become so popular, why teams have become so popular in the workplace, how groups and teams will be developing. This is, we are going to see what are the different stages of groups or teams, how they will be developing, how to develop a group or how to develop a team, how to create effective teams. So how can you create a team effectiveness? Team effectiveness we are going to see, and how virtual teams work. Virtual teams work, and when a team is your best option to get work done. So when you opt for a team or when you opt for a group, what are the conditions that makes a group into a team, that turns out the group into a team? There is some debate whether group and teams are really separate concepts or whether the teams can be used interchangeably. There is a debate between these two, whether the teams and the groups are similar, or is there any difference between these two concepts. So we'll have to crack all these all the answers for these questions, whether the teams are different than that of groups or not, and what are the conditions that make the teams into a groups or groups into a team.